Bonjour, bonjour. It's Gregory from Maisons Gheerbrant. Happy New Year to everybody because this is the first project of 2019. So this is the opportunity. All the best to you and your family. Today the project is to do the tiling, to redo the floor with tiles in the kitchen where I am at the present and in the corridor of the entrance of this apartment. The tiles were chosen by the client, no problem. We've been doing a bit of cleaning, or I've been doing a bit of cleaning to prepare the area. Right now I'm applying the primer. Here's the product. This one happens to be blue, which is quite convenient because you can see where you've put the primer. Of course, that implies that you need to be cautious with the other part of the room, which you don't want to prime. So you don't want to have blue marks. You see, I've been very careful with the plinth. And voila. So it's a simple roll, it's a simple liquid. You just push it towards where you want. Because it's blue, you can see when you have a layer. And happy days, and that allows the glue to really fix onto the tiles and the new tiles to glue, of course, on the glue. Voila, so it's all the best to have something that lasts with time. Eh? Quality first. Voila, enjoy the time lapse if it is. I'm not sure I'm gonna do a time lapse. Otherwise, I see you later for the tiling part. Bye. You'll probably see now the pictures to find the sweet spot where the tile looks the best. So we started with 50-50. Actually we started to have them square to each other, but that was not pretty. So then we moved to a 50-50, but that was not the best. So I went for a third. So I'm moving each tile a third to each other. 42 divided by 3 is 14, so I have 14 centimeters and I've made that piece of wood of exactly 14 centimeters to help me every time move my tiles every row of exactly 14 centimeters. That's one thing. The other thing that I wanted is to have that passage between the corridor and the kitchen to have actually very nice tiles. You don't want to have the line in the middle. Voilà, I wanted to have a passage that is exactly in the center of the door, and I have no tiles connecting in the door, in the doorway. Let's call it that way. Yeah. So that's why I started by drawing a big red line to say, okay, this is my middle, and this is going to be my guide throughout the corridor and the kitchen. Of course, there's going to be a parallel line. That's the idea, going in both directions, and with the tiles being moved 14 centimeters to each other. Yeah. So I've cut my tiles. You've seen that. They are now into position. I'm going to be going to do the glue. You will see that, and then I come back and we glue them. Yeah. See ya. Hey, so here comes the time to do the glue. After prepping the floor, after making the line, all that you just saw, now it's time to make the glue. Given the temperature inside the apartment, I'm gonna be looking at making a glue quite liquid because I'm afraid it's gonna dry very quickly. I've chosen a glue the cheapest. In this situation, there is no need to take the highest quality glue. The tiles are not that big, we are inside. The most important is that it's waterproof, so that if you spill water, it's not absorbed by your joints and by the glue. So that's the idea. We got some glue in powder, we got some water, and the idea is to mix both. I do follow a bit the recommendation, but since it depends so much on the weather and what you want as an end result in terms of texture of the glue, you basically do it just by sight and by habit, and that's what I will show you. Voilà. Because we are in an apartment and not a house, and the neighbor is living in the apartment during the daytime that we're working, I'm not using my usual little hammer. Instead, I'm using my body weight. I'm still wiggling around the tile, and then I'm putting pressure with my body to make sure that there is a true contact between the tile and the floor. I also like to clean as I work, first of all, because I like to have a clean environment, and second of all, I'm never sure if I'm gonna go tile right or left, and so I don't want to have glue in the way when I decide to do so. Hey guys, this is the time to say goodbye. It's the end of the project. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Just to wrap up things, so I did the corridor of this apartment and I did the kitchen. I'm talking about tiles here, obviously. I had to cut a few doors so that they would still fit with the higher level of the floor. We also did a few touches typical of Maisons Gheerbrant. A lot of cleaning, a few silicone touches here and there to make the kitchen even prettier for our customer. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, to like, to subscribe, and to share with your friends. And now I let you enjoy the wrap-up movie. Happy days!